Hello everybody and welcome to another Streamstructor. Looks like everything's working initially just now. The hamsters are working as they should do. That's great. Hello everyone. Welcome to this very lovely June evening. It's can't believe it's June already. It's really gone quickly. Hold on a minute, I've got something stuck in my mic. There we are. There we are, a bit better. You can see that in my peripheral vision and getting annoyed. Hello everybody, welcome to another Streamstructor. I'm here for the next hour or so. I'm just going to have a few chats with you guys. If you're watching, leave a comment. Tell me, leave a comment. And no, it's the other way. I keep doing that. I think it's more my brain hamsters at the moment, aren't they? It's that way. Yeah. So that's better. Why do I always do that with left hand awkward? It's weird. Anyway, but yes, hello everybody, and welcome to another Streamstructor. I'm here for the next hour, as I say. A bit of chat, bit of conversation about what's been happening in the news and in the world, and the fun bits that have been happening in my life, and the not so fun bits that have been happening in my life. Some lovely little news coming up, and I've just had a wee bit of time with a new member to the family, and I'll come to that in a minute. But yes, this is Jubilee weekend in the UK, so Queen Elizabeth II's 70th anniversary, or Platinum Jubilee as they call it. There's been celebrations since Thursday about that. I've had the long weekend off. Made good time of it. Done quite a bit with it in regards to recording and filming, but yeah, it's one of these things. It's time off, really. I wasn't too bothered about the Jubilee celebrations this time, if I'm absolutely honest. But hey, each to their own. The only bit I did watch last night was the Jubilee concert, and I did see the Paddington sketch. I think that's good on you, ma'am, for doing that, because I think that's quite fun. Now we know what the Queen has in her handbag. Marmalade sandwiches. Spoilers. Absolute spoilers. There has been bad stuff across the world. Of course, the conflict in Ukraine is still going on, and I will do my usual minute silence for that in a moment. And there was, of course, Eurovision, which was more exciting than I was expecting it to be. It was really, really great, and I'll go through some of the tweets I put up so you guys could see that. And also, there's lots more Doctor Who news that's happened since last month. So much Ncuti Gatwa being announced as the Doctor earlier that day. When I went to the Doctor Who meeting 2 weeks later, even bigger news. And I'll get into that in very shortly. But yes, as I say, I'm here for the next couple of hours just to hear chat, talk, everything. Leave a comment in the side there, and I've got the hand right at last, that one there. Say hello, say hi, I'll respond as we go along. But let's see what's coming up here, because it's not just chatting me to camera. There's also some archive videos from the Deanstructor YouTube channel. This is your running order today. So we have two today. We've got the Vlogs 31, which is Ramblings in 2016. Kind of a precursor maybe to the channel updates. First embryonic thing for the live stream, for the channel updates. So, and then we have Deanstructor reviews Doctor Who, the Macra I get it right. Deanstructor reviews Doctor Who, the Macra Terror. That's me now into the reviews I did in 2020. So yeah, we're getting closer as the time goes on. But yes, hello everybody. Welcome if you just joined me. So yes, as you may know, since the conflict in Ukraine started all that time ago, I have been doing a minute's silence until the conflict stops, and it's still going. And it looked like Russian forces had pulled back to the east of Ukraine, but it looks like they're starting to shell Kyiv again today. So yeah, Mariupol held out for just over 90 days, which is amazing. Nearly 90 days, which is amazing considering it was being bombed to hell. So yeah, I really don't have much really to talk about with the Ukraine conflict because it's so ongoing now. The bit that really boiled my blood, I've mentioned about the scheme for refugees, which still isn't 100%, but beggars can't be choosers. But we'll go on with the minute silence just now. We'll do that just now, and then we'll get on with some more of the conversation, more of the chat, a bit of Eurovision, a bit of a story about me being a good Samaritan, or what I call a Dented Samaritan, some news of Doctor Who, and obviously your birthdays and Facebook as well. I will go through that too. But yes, I'm just going to do the minute silence now, so thank you if you join me for this on the minute silence, but I'm just going to do my usual minute silence, and I'm just waiting for the time to turn 9 minutes past 5 by my clock, and I will do it from there. 1 minute silence for the people and the conflict in Ukraine. So let's just get that up and running. Should be coming soon. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everybody. If you joined me for that minute silence, it's much appreciated. Anyway, let's get on to a bit more fun and excitement and laughs, I suppose is the best way of putting it. Right, so as you can see, I'm now on the page. I don't want to. Oh, I don't want that one. I need to change that. Hold on a second. Let's change that. I don't want to see myself twice. It's not the window I want, is it? Have I got the right one? No, have I got the right one? I don't know. I think I've got things mixed up here. But that's not what I'm looking for. Hang on a minute. Let's see. See if we can change this. There we are. Right, there we are. There's my tweets. So, we have my tweets and Twitter here, which is absolutely fine. Please excuse me, I've got somebody trying to contact me on Facebook. I need to try and turn that notification off. So, let's just have a look. So, let's just mute the notifications. I've got a Doctor Who meeting very soon, so I'm just going to do that here. So yes, there's the first bit there. So I'll come to that one in a minute. But it was really exciting. You had all the situation about all the different scores and what was happening here with the scores, and all the different scoring that was happening. That's the wrong tweet. That's not the one I want. It's that one I want. There we are. Right. So yeah, I mean, Sam Ryder did brilliantly. It was a great song, great thing. But I was really shocked when the scores came about, especially when France is given 12 to the UK. And as my comment said, are they ill? Because I was going, what? What? France giving us points? What's wrong here? It must be a good song. But it was quite exciting seeing this, and we're all getting nervous. And as I say, the UK was leading by the end of the jury votes, and I'm going, oh, this is really strange and weird. But of course Ukraine won. Understandable under the circumstances, but if it wasn't for the situation in Ukraine, then I think probably the UK would be hosting it this year. However, obviously the winning country gets first dibs to host it, and this is the comment I put afterwards. I hope for Ukraine's sake they can host, but I hope the Beeb are making good intentions if another country needs to host. I hope the BBC offers and it goes to Glasgow. The BBC Scotland offices are across the river from the OVO Hydro, so... And it would be nice as well, because there was a Eurovision film out a couple of years ago where the Eurovision was based in Edinburgh. And they used the Hydro as the stadium that they did in there, so it would be nice justice to have that. But of what I understand, Spain has made an offer, in case Ukraine can't. I don't think Britain have. But Spanish broadcasters have, so it looks like it may be going to Spain if it does go elsewhere. But it was really exciting. I really did enjoy Eurovision, and my sister's really big at it as well, and she was getting nervous with me as well, which is really, really cute. But yeah, that was Eurovision. That's the situation with Eurovision Song Contest there. Let's just have a quick look at something else here a second. So we're just going to go to the running order here, so I need to change something. So, let's yeah, if you just joined me, hello, welcome to another Streamstructor. This is your lineup for all your archive videos. I've got a vlog, which is Ramblings in 2016, which is kind of like a prototype for the channel updates. And then the Macra Terror Deanstructor Reviews Doctor Who review, which is really exciting. First review of 2020, now coming up on screen here. So, well, the first one I recorded in 2020, I'm doing them in Doctor order. Broadcast order than release order from the YouTube channel. But yes, that's your setup there with some of the live stream bits and pieces. I'm going to go and do the first of these videos. I'm going to go and do a bit of vlogging review. It's only about 8 minutes or so. I'll see you then. We'll come back. We'll talk about the Doctor Who news that's come up with Catherine Tate and David Tennant returning to Doctor Who for the 60th anniversary, and the casting of a transgender actress playing Rose, which is interesting, and there's a few things people need to realise. I don't think it is a recasting of Rose Tyler, so get off your high horses. You're not my doctors, because I don't think that's true at all. And I have to make one comment and correction from last time round. I heard rumours that Ncuti Gatwa was supposedly gay or trans. As far as I understand, he hasn't disclosed his actual sexuality. I don't know if that's true or not. As far as I'm concerned, it's just hearsay and rumour, and I apologise. As far as I'm concerned, he's just a normal guy. He's a normal guy anyway, but there's no sexuality issues or concerns or things of note. I'm dig my hole here while I'm at it. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it at the moment. But yes, let's go and do a bit of vlogging. Here we go with vlog 31, which is my ramblings on 2016. Hello everybody, welcome to another vlog. This one's more of a walk and talk, as you can probably see to start with. It's been a while since I did one of these, actually proper walk and talk, so it might be shorter than the regular length you've come to expect the past couple of months, but I just wanted to go over a few things and talk to camera and, you know, just go over the year and have a kind of review type vlog here. To an extent. I'm going to do a more substantial one at the end of this month, but the idea at the moment is to do this one and just go through a couple of things and just chat about how things are going, really, because I've not really had a chance to do that. I'm going to sit down, I think, just to make the camera a bit steadier. Well, otherwise YouTube is going to go crazy for stabilisation. Now you can see it's starting to become winter. I have the Tammy hat on and the leaves are falling off the trees. It's the 19th of November 2016 and it's a Saturday. So I'm out and about. I'm actually en route to a meeting with the reenactment guys, Carrick 800. I'm not going to vlog that, it's not the sort of thing I'd want to vlog. But I just wanted to basically come on camera and say thanks very much for everybody who's joined in and subscribed this year, whether you're friends or whether you're complete strangers who decided they want to follow my adventures. Thank you very much indeed, and I certainly am in a lot better place when it comes to the channel and its ideas than at the beginning of the year. And that's quite profound, I suppose. I mean, I've enjoyed my time. I've enjoyed travelling about and doing different things and showing different things, and you know, it's just good to have that kind of variety in the channel and a variety in the way the vlogs are done as well. And you know, I do have these kind of talks every so often, and I'm glad this is one of them. So yeah, at the time this video's been created, I have 60 subscribers. Which is up nearly 20 from what it was at the beginning of the year. That's 41, I think it was at the beginning of the year. That's what the new lineup vlog states anyway. And that being the case, then I've had a fairly successful year in that respect. You know, I've just been plodding along. There's been a little bit of advertising going on. That's going to be ramped up this next year. That's what the promo videos are basically for. They're there to help introduce the channel, not just on the front page, but also to get people intrigued through an advert that comes up if they have similar interest. And it's just trying to get a broad appeal of the channel itself. Now it's kind of dipped a little bit since the summer in views. I'm not getting as good an average of views a week as I used to, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference to me because I'm building a foundation, I'm building a grounding, you know. And the changes that are coming up in the next few months, hopefully, in the way formats are done and you know the channel lineup and everything, hopefully it makes it more of a interesting site to do stuff with. Just shows you, a year of doing this and I'm still nervous to sit in public and talking to a phone like this. It's a bit odd, but hey, that's just me. But yes, I mean I'm not looking for this one to be a long one, to be fair. I'm trying to obviously keep this one short so I can spend my time preparing stuff for the other weeks, because the odd week is going to be interesting. Trying to, oops, sorry, something on the camera there. Let's have a look. Right, there we are. That's better. Sorry, there was a bit of speck or something on the camera. I had to clean it off, on the lens rather. So yeah, no, the idea is to build up a kind of archive and work on stuff. So if I make this vlog kind of short, then it gives me an opportunity to spend more time, because if I don't have to edit much of this, you know, I spend a good couple of hours editing those vlogs of travelling. But if I can have one where I don't spend as much time editing it, I can then prepare more videos quicker for the rest of the weeks. and you know, and plan myself ahead, because it's coming to Christmas. It's going to be a busy time of year. There's going to be a lot going on, and I don't want a situation where I don't meet my target. I've managed to hit 7 o'clock GMT since the end of January, bar 1 week, and I didn't have the facilities to do so. And it's great. It's great. I've managed to do that. I managed to keep it that long, and that routine is great, and I'm glad I'm doing it. And it is making a difference. It's building that following. And yes, I would never say that 60 subscribers is a fantastic amount. I mean, I'll be happy with a couple of hundred, to be fair, and that's what I'm aiming to go for. And I hope by this time next year I've doubled what I have now, maybe even more. I don't know. It depends what happens. I mean, nothing has really become viral this year on here, and I don't expect it to. I'm just putting it up to put my thoughts and feelings somewhere, practice my art, my craft that I trained in, and you know, and basically, you know, show ideas out there and see if they stick. And none have really stuck yet, and one actually really hasn't come off the ground. But I'll be honest with you now. I had a video series I was going to do where I was going to travel different historic Scotland locations and talk to experts about it. Unfortunately, though, vlog 23, losing the car vlog, kind of put a damper on it, because it made me realise how much it would be to do these sort of things and plan it, and there's been a bit of red tape as well, so they've not really come off the ground this year, and I'm really disappointed in that respect. But I do have an idea of what to do, where to go. I mean, the living history stuff I'm doing with the reenactment groups probably give me something more interesting as well. But that'll give me. But it's all to the fact of having contacts and friendships and building networks all over the place. So when I do have another go at this, which hopefully will be next year, even though it's been 2 years in the planning already, you know, I can make a go of it, and I can make a success of it and have a go at doing at least a couple of sites and just test the waters and see if it would work. But I'm really you know, happy with what's going on in my life. Everything's becoming financially more stable. I'm in a position where I will be able to save to get my own place very soon, which is unbelievable considering it's been 8 years since it will be 8 years by that time since I got myself into financial stitchy. And the vlogs show that over time, even with gaps. But yeah, no, I'm in a better place than I was in January, and I hope that I'm in a better place this time next year as well. I'm going to stop rabbiting on a little bit here. I may add extra stuff on, but you know what it's like. I say I may, and then I don't. So if this is the end of this week's vlog, or this month's vlog rather, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, next week there is a video for there is a video next week on Interesting Week. I'm going to continue, I think, the longest reigning monarch strand I started last month, and do another video for that. Who Week, I'm not quite sure what Who Week's going to be there yet, but that's the next video after that. And then the odd week for December will be a review of the best of my vlogs of 2016. So that won't include the Cardiff, it won't include the Manchester, but it will include the other 10 that I've done this year. So I hope you join me for that. Anyway, I'll see you later. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below if you like what you see. And check out other videos on the channel if you do like what you see. Please let me know. Apart from that, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you later. And welcome back. Yes, there we are. Vlog 31. Kind of it's me just getting confident in the thing, and me talking about, oh, I love the fact I've had 20 new subscribers and I like a couple of hundred. They'll be happy with that. Oh, 318 subscribers after 6 years. Yeah, I'm actually quite comfortable what I've got. As I mentioned in the channel update a couple of weeks ago, I'm not too bothered if I don't get many more, because I'm happy with the level I've got and the interaction I'm getting, just like we have here. Welcome everybody to Streamstructor if you just joined me. I've just played one of my archive videos here, a vlog, a walk and talk vlog. that I did at the end of 2016 when the vlogs were starting to get into the full flow, which I do monthly, of course. And I have a commenter here called The Reviewer. Hello, sir, or madam. Not quite sure. Hi. And do I like Pink Floyd? I don't mind their songs. I'm not a great Pink Floyd fan. I'm more... I understand why people love Pink Floyd, and Dark Side of the Moon is one of the classic albums. But it's not one. There's not one I'd listen to a lot. It's like Emerson, Lake and Palmer and the early Yes stuff and the early Genesis stuff. It's not something I'd really want to listen to. I do have a 70s love of a band, and that's the Electric Light Orchestra. I do like that style a bit more. But yeah, I don't mind Pink Floyd, but I'm not a big fan of Pink Floyd. Like to know why you're asking that, to be absolutely fine. But yes, so I'm here as part of the live stream for maybe another half an hour, 45 minutes. I've got one more archive video to show you, which is my Doctor Who review of the Macra Terror. But some people believe they don't exist. There's no such thing as Macra. There's no such thing as that Doctor Who review. We'll find out eventually anyway. But yes, I've been talking about a few things today in regards to what's been happening over the past month. I've mentioned about Eurovision, how exciting and how fun I thought it was. And I've had a quick mention about the Jubilee celebrations. What I want to quickly go on now is do a bit of talking about the... hold on a minute. Yeah, birthdays, and just say happy birthday to some of my friends who have the birthdays this month. So, a couple of people have just had their birthdays. One of them is Josh, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, sir. And Derek, whose birthday was 2 days ago. Happy birthday, sir. Some friends coming up. My wee soulmate in work. She had a wee baby in the year I mentioned at that point. Sharon, her birthday is on the 9th of June, so happy birthday. My French friend Lorraine. John is her partner. John is over there at the moment, saying hello. Happy birthday when the time comes. We also have happy birthday to my reenactment mate John. Your birthday's on the 16th of June. Happy birthday, sir. Hope you have a good time. Then we have who else can I say happy birthday to in this one? I don't usually say happy birthday to. Yeah, Steppity. Hi, Steph. Happy birthday for the 24th of June. Many happy returns when that shows. Happy birthday, Leslie, on the 25th, alongside Willie, who's also on the 25th. Happy birthday, guys, when it comes. And congratulations to Lindsay, who's recently had a wee baby. Her birthday's on the 26th of June. And then I've got the one I always seem to start off with, my work colleague. She's no longer working with me, but Deanna, happy birthday on the 1st of July. Many happy returns. And my cousin Zoe. Happy birthday, and I hope you and wee Theo are doing well. The last time I saw photographs, he was getting a bit of a big baby, but hopefully having much love with the weean as time goes on. So that's really all the birthday ones I want to say this time round. But yes, happy birthday to everybody involved in my friendship groups. Thank you very much for watching. Anyway, one more thing I want to have a quick talk about here before we go any further is what happened with Doctor Who and the new news that's happening. As I mentioned last month, you got Ncuti Gatwa becoming the new Doctor, although it was never officially confirmed as the 14th Doctor, even though I did put that in my clip stream, my live stream clip. It was never officially confirmed if it was the 13th Doctor or not, or the 14th Doctor or not at that time. It's the 60th anniversary. It looks like there might be a different casting going on, because we have here news that David Tennant and Catherine Tate are returning to Doctor Who, and it looks like they're filming the 60th anniversary. So this is the article from Doctor Who TV, the official news. So one of the most loved pairings in Doctor Who's history have reunited and filming scenes that are due to air in 2023 to coincide with the show's 60th anniversary celebrations. There was loads of pictures of them in Camden a couple of weeks ago, and they were filming again apparently in Cardiff recently as well. So they're back. Tennant has a slightly different costume. He has a blue jacket, a blue long coat now, and not a trench coat, and not his brown ensemble, so we think it might be a slightly different incarnation. I'm not quite sure about having an incarnation in between, but I think logistically it might be an idea to do that. I can understand why. And then we have Yasmin Finney joining the Doctor Who cast. Now, she is a trans actress. She's recently been known for playing Elle Argent in Heartstoppers, and is getting good reviews at the moment. She's playing a character called Rose. Now, some people think this is a recasting of Rose Tyler. No, I don't think it is. I think it is the daughter of Donna and her husband that she married at the end of End of Time. And 15 years later, it's quite possible that she is playing a teenage daughter. And I think that's the more likely answer. There was filming going on, and it was spotted that Bernie Cribbins is back as Wilf as well, so that's a lovely little touch. And Jacqueline Pearce is back as well as Donna's mum, and I can't remember her name, Sylvia. So she's also back as well. So it looks like it's a reunion of sorts. But it'll be interesting how that plotline works. But we won't know until next year, until the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. We still have, of course, BBC's 100th anniversary to come up, 100th anniversary story to come up, which we think is now probably going to be October. Be interesting to see how that all works out with the end of Jodie Whittaker's era. And speaking of Jodie Whittaker's era, earlier today I actually recorded my first ever Deanstructor Reviews, proper Deanstructor Reviews Doctor Who, for Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, which is due to go out in August, so I'm getting quite far ahead with the recordings for that. Since we're on the subject of Doctor Who, let's go on with the Doctor Who review. So here's the running order once more, and yeah, don't believe everything you say, and it may not exist, but here is my review for the Macra Terror. Hello everybody, and welcome to another Doctor Who review. This time I'm reviewing a second Doctor story of Macra Terror. As always, I have in front of me the television companion for all the classic series stuff, and here's the plotline. The time travellers visit a human colony, as always, that appears to be a happy place run along the lines of an enormous holiday camp, but has in fact been infiltrated and taken over by a race of giant crab-like creatures, the Macra. The brainwashed inhabitants are forced to mine a gas toxic to themselves, but vital for their oppressor's survival. Ben at one point comes under the Macra's malign influence and turns against his friends. He eventually regains his senses, however, and under the Doctor's guidance destroys the gas pumping equipment, thus killing the Macra and restoring the colony's freedom. Now I have to admit, I've seen the animated version of the Macra Terror for this review. I have seen the reconstruction as well, and obviously I'm not old enough to remember it originally going out on broadcast. The Macra Terror is one of the stories that has been lost from the BBC archives in its original format. Audio still survives, which is why they've got the animation, and this animation was released about a year ago. The intention was originally to maybe do it with Jamie and Fraser, but obviously with circumstances, Jamie or Fraser, but with circumstances this year, it's kind of went by the byline, and it was going to be this time of year I was going to release the Macra Terror, so this is why I'm reviewing it here. Overall, the animation itself is actually quite enjoyable. I think it really is well designed for the story. It works better in black and white than colour. I have seen both versions, and the reason it works better in black and white is the darkness scenes, the dark scenes where, especially the scene where Ben and Polly find the Macra, and the Macra is attacking Polly and grabs Polly by the leg. Although in the animation she's actually strung up in the air by the Macra. In the original it's just her foot that gets caught. And some of the animation lends itself to this kind of dark feel to it, and this kind of dingy outlook outside of the main habitation areas of where the dark Macra lurks, and the animation lends itself well to that. The story itself was written by Ian Stuart Black, who also did The Savages, and he also wrote The War Machines, so he has had previous experience in writing Doctor Who. This is the second kind of futuristic one he's done after The Savages, but he has had an interesting take on the aliens taking over the base, and it's not really base under siege, it's more like oppressors and trying to free the oppressors. The idea of this whole area being kind of fake and happy, and this kind of holiday camp, as the plot says, is an interesting concept. And the fact that they're all brainwashed, and it's quite apparent very early on they're all brainwashed, because you have Murdoch, played by Terence Lodge, who is very much broken his programming and is trying to make everybody see there's a big terror there with the Macra, and nobody's listening because they're so brainwashed under it, and all the conditioning that happens with everybody. And obviously the conditioning is an effect that happens through Ben as well later in the story, where he becomes part of the whole conditioning that's happened and tries to get the Doctor, Polly, and Jamie to become like them, but the Doctor manages to stop it for them, and there's these little elements there. Other good things in the story. Now, what I understand, Polly, is it this one or is it Underwater Menace? I can't remember. It's one of the two that Annika Wills gets a haircut. I think it's this one, because there's a leisure bit where they get relaxed and they have relaxed and they get a haircut, and I'm sure it's this one. And basically, Polly gets a haircut, so she goes from a longish hair to a hair to the bob, to the pixie cut that you see in this story, in this episode. It's interesting to see that they made a decision to keep her hair the same length all the way through and keep it the same, like she's already had the haircut. And that might lend true. It might be true. I know on the Moonbase it was longer hair, so it's an interesting one. This is the first story where Jamie's starting to have his own character and the way he does things, and this is the first one where the writers are going, oh, right, okay, Jamie's now companion. We don't have to feed him lines from other characters, because the Moonbase and the Underwater Menace had lines taken from Ben to give to Jamie in some respects, and Moonbase is virtually out of it for most of it, on the basis that he's not very well, and they play on that. But here, this is the first stage of Jamie learning his showing the braveness and the Jamie that we all love later on. Now, the other bits I do like in here was the Jamie in the Forbidden Area and the Mara scurrying about, something that couldn't be done on the original. There's a lot more, just like Power of the Daleks, you could do a lot more with the main baddie, because you've got animation. You can multiply it easier than you could in real life. Because Power of the Daleks, when I did it with Jamie, did the review with Jamie, had the thing about all the multiple Daleks exploding and all the extra explosions and that. Here, you get more of the Macra, although the original Macra, the leader Macra, is supposed to be white. And it doesn't really come across on the black and white version. Maybe it doesn't the colour. Haven't seen all the colour episodes to see. But Jamie in the kind of forbidden areas later in the story, and him creeping about, works well with the animation and the way it's done. And it'd be quite boring to listen to and see if it was, if you didn't have the visuals for that, and it would be boring to listen to. There's it's definitely a video sequence in that respect. Now, in the original, when the controller is revealed for the first time in his true form, when he's being controlled by the Macra, and you see the Macra's claws, you see the Macra claw come in, they do it a bit more shadowy in the animation, and they also knock the camera over as well, which is an interesting little touch. And these little elements that raise enjoyment a little bit compared to what would have happened in the original. Now, obviously, I don't know exactly what the original is, but there are clips that are available with Macra Terror, which you can compare against. There is telesnaps of the controller being picked up by the controller actually being spooked. You've got the excise clips of Polly being attacked by the Macra, with Ben not far away. That's part of it. So there is elements there. You can see little snippets of the plot and the story as it was originally created. Going into the characters, you've got the Doctor's Patrick Troughton. He's starting to find as well now. He's not the bumbling hobo as such at this point. He's still a bit more scheming. He's a bit more like he was in Power of the Daleks. There are some comedy elements there. The rapport with Jamie, he's more of a schemer than Bumble at this stage. He's more scheming at this point and planning behind the scenes than he is bumbling his way through, or apparently bumbling his way through. But Patrick Troughton certainly settled into the role by now, and you can tell he's confident in what he's doing, and he is trying things out and doing things, and the recorder's still there at various points as well where he plays that. But the Troughton that we know is certainly coming through, especially the bits when he's breaking the conditioning vents and the conditioning computers above the beds of Ben, Polly and Jamie, and this sort of manicness that Patrick Troughton, this chaos he likes doing as the Doctor, is coming through in those elements. You've then got Annika Wills, who plays Polly. Now, she actually gets stuff to do. I do feel sometimes that Polly is Peril or Polly. In this one, though, she seems to have something to do. Annika Wills actually has something to do. Yeah, she's got the famous screaming scene when she's getting caught up with Macra and that. Of course, she's going to have that element. But with Ben kind of out the picture a little bit in regards to him being conditioned and being like a foil for the other three, Polly gets a little bit more to do in regards to asking questions and doing stuff and helping out with various elements of the plot, especially within the control room with where the mining's going on later in the story with John Harvey as the officier, who actually was in the War Machines as well, which is an interesting link because he was the professor. I can't remember his name now, but yeah, he was in the War Machine, so it was a nice little link between the castings there, even though it's different directors. And she feels like she's doing something. She's not just powers of pulling and screaming, and I get a bit annoyed of her. She actually does have a bit of a plot line this time, which always helps. You've then got Ben, played by Michael Craze, who is interesting, cheeky chappy cockney at the beginning, as he always is, same at the end, but that middle part where he's controlled, his voice changes a bit as well. He's a bit more RP than his cockney thing. Michael Craze puts that into the role to differentiate him from the normal Ben. And it's played quite a straight level. A bit creepy at times in the way he reacts with the others and the way he scolds them for not doing what they need to do. He's scolding Jamie at various points about doing what the Doctor says when he should be being part of the colony and being happy on the colony and conform to the colony and all that. And it's a nice little betrayal. I've mentioned Jamie already with Fraser and Hines, and obviously he has a better lines to do, and obviously the big bit is the bit near the end where Jamie's controlled the Forbidden Area with the Macra, trying to find the Macra and finding out what's happened with the Macra, and then going through the corridors, and it gives Fraser Hines something to do and shows the bravery of Jamie that we come to admire and love in later stories. And he's fitted in like a glove now, and it works. The companion Doctor team is actually not too bad here. It works as a threesome, as long as you split them up a little bit and make them a bit of a bad versus good, a little bit, and that works because you've always got a pair. You can split it into three here instead of pairing them off, because Ben can always be a separate entity. Polly and the Doctor tend to do a lot, and then Polly and Jamie do a lot. So there's always that kind of, there's at least one pair there to interact and bounce off each other while the other two are doing stuff on the side. And the way it's written by Ian Stuart Black works for this story. You got other guest characters. You've got the pilot, played by Peter Jeffrey. He does the role. He does it well. It works. Not really much you can say. I mean, the pilot's kind of a bland character. He's kind of like, he's supposed to be the main second in command. He's suspicious and is trying to break the program maybe, but it is played well enough. Quester, played by Ian Fairbairn, is probably the best guess. Quester is not too bad, played by Ian Fairbairn. Again, it's just a role. He doesn't really stand out in his character as such. The ones that do stand out are Curtin Klauber, who plays Ola, who is the security officer, this kind of trumped up security officer who thinks he knows better and is secretly trying to take over what the pilot's doing, and ends up being, when the pilot gets disowned in episode 4 by the Macra, he then becomes, tries to get his power drive, but it doesn't really work. And then we've got Terence Lodge playing Medoc. He's probably the best guest star here, because Medoc's kind of fearful. He knows what happens. He is scared of the Macra. He knows what the Macra are. They do exist in his world, not like the others. It's interesting characterization played by Terence Lodge here, and it gives a mystery for the Doctor to start with, because he plays off Medoc to find out what's happening with Medoc, what Medoc's seen. Doctor's already realised, very early on, there was something not quite right in this colony, while the others are still finding their way, and Ben's getting hypnotised. So Medoc's a good way of showing the world through not quite outsider's eyes, but through the eyes of somebody who was part of the system and now isn't. and showing what could be right and what could be wrong with this. Overall, the direction obviously is difficult to discover with what John Davies originally did, because the original content isn't really there, so I can't really comment on that. The music, it's Dudley Simpson, one of his earlier things, and at this stage, Dudley Simpson loves his synthesizers, and he's got all these different. He's got his Moog synthesizer, and I don't know if there's a Moog synthesizer at this point, but he's got the synthesized music there. There's not so much of the orchestral stuff that he's known for in the mid 70s and late 70s. That comes in later. There's a couple of bits with the organ, especially the bit where the Macra is attacking Polly and Ben. That bit's quite horror-esque, and the composition's pretty standard for the time, but it's certainly the bit that does get me is the bit with the synthesized bit where they got the dances with the cheerleaders that happened at the beginning when they come into the holiday camp the first time. It's definitely 60s. It's definitely not futuristic in that respect. It sounded futuristic at the time. It's obviously not now. It's okay. It's all right. It doesn't overpower the story. It complements it where it needs to. It's not a bad score. It is a score. Some of these stories don't have any score. They're kind of based on sound effects. The War Machines is basically sound effects. There's a couple of stings, but apart from that, it is basically background noise. That's the music. There is some music in this, and it does help lift the mood and make the tension more when it comes to Jamie going through the cave, the forbidden area later in the story, and Polly and Ben, as I mentioned, being attacked by the Macra outside, and these do work. Overall, it's an okay story. It's one I probably would go back to, and I'll probably watch the colour version next just to see what the differences are between it. And there is reconstructions on this DVD as well, which I'll have a look at. I've seen the reconstruction before, but it might be the BBC version's better. I don't know. So there's a lot more to explore of the story itself in the media that we have available for it. The story itself, it's okay. That's the impression I get with early Troughton, is they're still finding their feet a little bit, and it doesn't really kick in until the Faceless ones, which I believe is the next one in the series, and that's where they start to see their see it work. And funnily enough, I've got the Faceless ones in a DVD, which is coming just not long after this recording, because they've done an animated version of that. So they are filling the gaps a little bit, but it's not the era that we all know for Troughton. It's not classic Troughton. It's not terrible Troughton either. Troughton doesn't seem to put a foot wrong in anything he does in Doctor Who. Stories, yeah, season 5 is a bit samey, but season 4 still got that kind of mix a little bit, and it's okay. TARDIS is out of 5. I would say it's 3.5 TARDIS is out of 5 for this story, and that's what I put it as. There we are. That's the review for the Macra. There's no such thing as that review, but it is the Macra review. Now, on the chat, you may notice on YouTube, you'll notice that the reviewer has left in the comment, hello again, who would I cast as the Doctor? Well, this story I've said before, but I'm thinking more the case of Ben Whishaw, something like that. That was my preference at the time. Part of the reason for that is because he's slightly older than me, and I had this little thing last time about the Doctors being older than me and just having two close shaves with Matt Smith and Jodie Whittaker. But now the actors are now younger. So that kind of hope is now out the way. Now, when I was talking about the comments there, the comment there, the reviewer says, of do you like Pink Floyd, is no longer actually on YouTube. He's retracted it. To be fair, you didn't have to. It's absolutely perfect, valid question. Just because I didn't answer it the way you wanted, I'm sorry. But it's a perfectly valid question. Thank you for asking it, and thank you for leaving it. Unless there was something really unsavoury, I will not block comments you leave. They're there because you asked them, and I'll generally give you a response to them. So please don't feel like you need to retract anything you put. If it's there for a reason, I will keep it. There's no issue with that whatsoever. Anyway, welcome to another Streamstructor live stream. I'm going for the past 45 minutes or so, and a little bit more to talk about. Bit of good news, family related as well, which we'll have a chat about as well. But one thing I just wanted to go into first was a little story about me being a good Samaritan. Well, I'm called probably a Dented Samaritan. So we're back up and running now with the Glasgow Doctor Who Society meetups every Sunday, which is why this is slightly earlier this week. This live stream is earlier because I'm going to the meeting straight after. And it will become a regular 4 PM GMT thing going forward, I think. Just the way things are working out, it might actually be a good idea to do that. I'll go to the schedule in a minute of what's happening for this month for the channel. But overall, I really am going back to the meetings and everything else. And obviously last time we had a lot of conversation. David Tennant, Catherine Tate news happened while I was there at the meeting last time. So that was interesting, having that conversation and chatting with with all my friends. That's Pepsi Max talking again. With all my friends and colleagues and that one, which is really good. But on the way back, I was on the bus back. I got the last bus back, the number 6 bus back to East Kilbride, and it stopped just outside, just on the Queensway, which is on the west side of East Kilbride. And there was a guy who had fallen asleep, and he was not responding to the bus driver trying to wake him up. He didn't touch him or anything like that. He was just trying to tap the side of the seat or make noises so the guy could be woken up. And he didn't wake up, he didn't respond, he started snoring. And then the bus driver called an ambulance. The ambulance came, they managed to wake him up without much issue. And the guy had just had too much to drink. His partner had abandoned him. He's supposed to stop off at Mary Hill, but he's ended up in East Kilbride. The bus driver, this was the last bus, so he couldn't get him back, so I decided to be the good Samaritan and got him a taxi from East Kilbride bus station and paid for his fare and got him back down the road. So I hope he got back safe, and if you ever happen to watch this, sir, you're welcome, and I hope you have a safe journey back and got back to Mary Hill in one piece and not too much of a sore head the next morning. I certainly was tired the next morning because I didn't get him away till about 2 o'clock, but even so, I was happy to do it and happy to have that nice Good Samaritan bit to the whole thing. But yes, that was my Good Samaritan story there. Now, one more little bit before we go and close off for today, because it is a fairly short live stream. It's not really too much to talk about in big detail, just lots of things to quickly highlight on here. My sister decided that she wanted another pet for ages. She had a rabbit called Sebastian, which he lived to 11 years old. He passed away a couple of years ago, and my sister has decided with her partner to get a wee doggy. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my wee doggy nephew, Gus. I've just went for a walk with him before we start the live stream. He actually might still be next door in the house as well because my sister's over at the moment. But this is Gus, my little lovely doggy pal, doggy nephew. He's a miniature schnauzer. He's 15 weeks old, and he's lovely. He's real cutie, and he's really comfortable around us, and went for a walk, and he was a bit barky with some of the dogs, and he's a little bit bitey still because obviously he's a puppy and he's teething, but he's really cute, he's really adorable, and he doesn't shed either, which is the thing, 'cause my sister's partner is allergic to pets and that, so he doesn't shed, so that kind of allergic to pet hairs, so it's a good thing. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, my new wee nephew, Gus. I'm just loving that picture. I'm really loving that picture. So yes, there might be a few more Gus-related stories in the next few months when he comes out and about with us in future. But yeah, that's it. That was really the big doggy news, I think. Big new member to the family, wee Gus. But yes, that's me just about done for this live stream. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been rather short and quick, but it's just the nature of things coming up this month. But coming up in June, we've got the live stream today, of course. We have the live stream clip. I haven't decided what I'm going to pick yet, but there's a live stream clip at 6 PM GMT on Wednesday, the 8th of June. Next week is Spiny Palace, the longest vlog I've done around an historical site in about 2.5 years, 3 years. So yes, that will be quite fun to see. It's about half an hour long. I hope you enjoy it. We've then got the 2 Doctor Who reviews. We've got the Big Finish review of The Fearmonger at 4 PM GMT on the 19th of June, and then at 6 PM GMT on the 22nd of June, The Name of the Doctor. And a very interesting 6 facts at the end of the month, with 6 facts on the lighthouse builder, Robert Stevenson. an interesting fact comes off the back of that, and the name may be familiar for a good reason, but I won't tease much more than that, but hopefully you'll find out more about it as time goes on. But yes, that's it from me. Thank you guys for watching this YouTube's live stream. I have got a reenactment event next week, which is why the live stream is this week. Next month it will be in the second Sunday in July, because I'm actually down. I'm at Linlithgow Palace reenacting. Reenactment season's now starting to kick in massively. Spiny Palace was the first one I did, so there's a lot to come for that. But yes, so next month it's a Sunday, the second Sunday of the month, which would be the 10th of July is the next live stream. So hopefully I can see you all then. But until then, yes, thank you guys for watching this. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and share it with the hashtag teamstructor, which has come up on the stream. Here, there we are. And also, if you like this channel as a whole, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell so you know when a new video comes out. New video every Sunday at 4 PM GMT. I also have a Facebook page. I also have a Twitter. I also have a Instagram, and I have the Patreon. For as little as £1 or $1 a month, you can help support the channel. Just go to patreon.com/Deanstructor. That's it for now from me. Thank you guys for watching very much. I shall see you next month with another live stream. Hopefully you can join me for that. And yes, I will see you next week. I'll see you Wednesday for the live stream clip, and come and join me and have some fun with watching the Spiny Palace vlog on next Sunday at 4 PM GMT. But thanks guys for watching. I will see you next month with another live stream on the 10th of July at 4 PM GMT. I'm going to keep it the same time, see how it goes. But until then guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later.